You would have been there कि मुझे NLU Delhi जाना है, but ended up into CNLU Patna. What was that journey? It's not an easy, मतलब मध्य प्रदेश से बिहार जाना. How your parents were okay going to that part? How you approach a college and how does that college look like? So we want to see it through your eyes. 12th pass के बाद सीधा when they get into the college, students don't even know what the stipend means. I need no biasness. What is that X factor you consider कि Patna is the best college? So hello everyone, once again welcome to the YouTube channel of Get Set Law by IMS. My name is Siddhant and you can see that there are two faces over here, one Vishal, one Karnika. And you might be wondering कि sir, now in our law school insider series, अब इसमें क्या होने वाला है? So you must have already seen the thumbnail or title. But before I start, this session is about a national law college coming from a city. यहाँ पे famous strategist चाणक्य का born हुआ है, famous mathematician Aryabhat was born. So the college name itself is on the name of Chanakya, that is Chanakya National Law University, Patna. So without wasting much of the time, we'll start with the introduction part from two of our students. Both are from second year, both are from humanities, but both have different perspectives about college. So we'll start with Karnika. Karnika, let's hear about who are you, something background and why you have chosen law.
So, hello everyone, I am Karnika Mishra, a second year law student, and my hometown is in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Being a second generation lawyer myself, I grew up around the conversations such as my parents discussing case laws and my dad explaining tidbits of court proceedings like the district court. So, I was very much fascinated by the law as a subject itself. So, while I was in 12th, I took humanities as a stream and I chose to give CLAT to prepare the CLAT and to be in that subject to which I grew up in.
Okay, so for you, it was not a very difficult choice to कि मुझे law करना है कि something, ठीक है? Because a lot many students are confused कि sir law करें नहीं करें, maybe the traditional degree जो हम BCom something BB and so on, ठीक है? Perfect. Let's start from Vishal.
Hi everyone. My name is Vishal Sharma. I am from Delhi and I chose law because I felt like this is the place where I can relate to myself most, right? So after 10th, there was a battle between PCB versus humanities and I wanted to go towards humanities. And when you go towards humanities, a lot of like scattered career choices are there. Out of this is the path which is more structured. So मुझे लगा कि एक path है which is structured, I can follow better and easily. So I should go for law and I can better convince my parents that I'll do this and there's the job there actually. Okay. So that is how I got to convince my parents to choose humanities and chose law.
Fair enough. So since Vishal, you are from Delhi, I think आपका plan you would have been there कि मुझे NLU Delhi जाना है. Must have been there, right? But ended up into CNLU Patna. मतलब, what was that journey? Can you just brief onto it? Because a lot many students and the parents have this doubt and even they give the exam but end up getting into Patna जो top 15 में definitely आता है. तो what was that deciding factor कि मुझे जाना है and then next हम कर्णिका से सुनेंगे because she must have also dreamt of getting into NLIU Bhopal because she is from the same city. We both are from the same city. So we'll hear it one by one. Let's start with Vishal.
Right. So yes, when I went into counseling starting में जब आप coaching centers ढूंढ रहे होते हो and you're like into it, so you do understand how NLU Delhi is nearby. So I never had a dream to go to NLU Delhi personally. I wanted to go to NLU Jodhpur because that was something more eye-worthy. But yes, when I got to know that I'm going to Patna, there was a lot of doubt. There was a lot of questioning that is it even worth it? Because going from Delhi to Patna is a kind of a reverse migration, if you'd say. But I was like, okay, it's still in an LU and now there is a top 7. But that time it was a lot of doubt. But I always wanted to go away from my city because not only I want that freedom to experience, but I also want that NLU tag with me. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And still the college is booming. And there was Faizan Mustafa sir, a big reason for me to choose that college. That is why I went there and yeah, it blew my expectations.
Perfect. And also, कॉलेज का एस्टैब्लिशमेंट 2006 से, इट्स ऑलमोस्ट 20 years नेक्स्ट ईयर होने वाले हैं 2026 में. सो इट्स नॉट अ बैड डील एट ऑल विच आई कंसिडर, बिकॉज लॉट मेनी स्टूडेंट्स हैव दिस थोड़ा सा थॉट कि यार पटना जाए कि नहीं जाए, बट उस क्वेश्चन पे विल कम कि वाई पटना, वाई नॉट सम अनदर सिटी. ओके, ठीक है. सो लेट्स हियर इट फ्रॉम कर्णिका. कर्णिका, एनएलआईयू भोपाल में आई नो कि वहाँ सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ होगा, बट ये डिसीजन कमिंग फ्रॉम भोपाल टू पटना, इट्स अ लॉन्गर जर्नी है. मतलब इट्स नॉट एन इजी, मतलब मध्य प्रदेश से बिहार जाना. सो हाउ योर पेरेंट्स वर ओके गोइंग टू दैट पार्ट, मतलब जस्ट ब्रीफ ऑन टू इट, बिकॉज ऑल्सो एक लड़की को एक शहर छोड़ के, मतलब पेरेंट्स लॉट मेनी टाइम हैव दैट थोड़ा वेरी थॉट. बहुत सारे हमारे भी स्टूडेंट्स को भी ऐसा थॉट है कि सर दिल्ली नहीं जाना, आई डोंट वांट टू गो टू साउथ, आई डोंट वांट टू गो टू नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न साइड. तो व्हाट वाज दैट फैक्टर?
So I had a similar experience of what like Vishal had. So I was very pretty much adamant about this. I don't want to get a college from Bhopal because I want to experience the freedom. I never really dreamt of going to NLU Bhopal, to be really honest, because my home is really situated near NLU Bhopal. So I never dreamt of going there. But I was also allotted the NLU Jabalpur, but its ranking is not so much good and I got it through domicile, so it was not that pretty much good. I thought of the very next alternative I could get with the rank, and so I just waited for the vacancy round to happen. I applied for CNLU, and so I got it. And the very reason why I chose CNLU, and also like going from Bhopal to a place where the state itself is grappled by the stereotypes and stigma. So CNLU is to be regarded as the judge's factory. So I always dreamt of becoming a CJ. Belonging from a family where my dad was an advocate, I never really thought of going to litigation. So I was pretty much enthusiastic over having built my career and being a judge. But after that recent judgment of Supreme Court, now I don't think that would happen.
Okay,
but,
right.
Yeah, that was the major reason.
Definitely. So Hamisha, so to all the viewers and parents, there is always a thought, but definitely I always suggest, and by this message also, it's very much clear, because when we choose a college, we always want to be in a space or an area ki I don't want to go to this college or that college. But when you end up getting into that college, which is pretty decent, it's not a bad college to choose for. Even when we talk about NLU Jabalpur also, there are so many students who are over there also who have kept Jabalpur above the other national law colleges. So every city, every national law college has its own pros and cons. Even the Bangalore students have said ki sir, too hectic criteria, self development ke liye to time hi nahi milta hai. That is what they've even said, and they at times feel envy of Nalsar or maybe from NLU Delhi, or even from the students from Lucknow also. They have said this thing. So multiple views होते हैं. So if any student, any parent has a doubt, please drop into the comments and let us know कि हमें इन colleges में confusion है, and we'll definitely be in there, and both will going to be there. Okay, let's come to the question, and this is one of the doubt, and I think you guys have already taken up these fields. Why BBA LLB or why BA LLB? इस पे क्या comparison चलता है? मतलब I am तो convinced at the end of the day it's a law, ठीक है? But at many time yesterday only one of the students said कि sir, and he is aspiring for CLAT 2027, अभी एक साल बाद देगा, but still he has this thought in his mind कि sir, I don't want to go to Nalsar or I don't want to go to NUJs क्योंकि वहाँ पे some specific degree is not there, or this teaches BA LLB and I want to do BBA LLB. Then I was like, why this is a factor? So I want to hear it from the students, because this is the time we can just tell it. Okay, chalo, let's hear it from Vishal, and maybe Karnika, if you have anything, you can add.
Actually, when Karnika got in through vacancy, we both had the same list, and we both got into BBA LLB. And my first month was doing BBA LLB in CNLU. And then in the second list, I got into BA. So I was like, let's shift this to BA. I personally chose to shift BA because the subjects excited me more, right? They had sociology in there, they had history in there. I personally have been reading them. I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do that. I low-key somehow regret the decision because the marking scheme is very weird, like very vast and different from both subjects. BBA students end up scoring more because the subjects somehow are in that field that whatever you interpret and write, you do get a fair share of marks in that. BA somehow becomes then tricky and a bit more, orthodoxical in a way that, okay, there's a pattern to answer some questions, and this is the strict marking scheme where they rely and like structure their marks on. So that is the major difference BA and BBA has, the marking scheme. Other than that, there's no difference because after 3 years, all the subjects are same. Right now, also me and Karnika have four common law subjects and only two different subjects. So that is the only difference, and the subjects get reduced every year, right? So every year a BA subjects will be reduced and a more law subject will be added. So more or less in a vast time, apart from first year, there's no difference in subjects, and it's similar degree. It's just the name which is different.
Right. Perfect. Okay. So now the next question, and I would want both to give your own perspective. Let's say that I am a student who have chosen, matlab, about to choose CNLU Patna, and I am traveling from a city, let's say Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra, or maybe let's say Kerala. Okay. So what is that journey like? I'm gonna take a train or flight, whatever the convenience part I don't want to get into कि सर train से आ सकते हो, sir flight से आ सकते हो, that is completely the person's choice. But the moment you are at Patna station or Patna airport, how you approach a college and how does that college look like the huge gates are there, you enter a campus. So we want to see it through your eyes. कैंपस दिखता कैसा है, मतलब लेट्स से आप स्टेशन पे हो, उसके बाद से जर्नी. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद करने का.
First of all, I would also highlight that and also reiterate that the state itself is pretty much grappled with the stereotypes. So I was not sure and I was pretty skeptical before going to the college. I had a very low expectation that it would have such a great infrastructure and all. So when I reached and after spending 1 year in the college, I am in a better position to judge that those stereotypes are being proven otherwise by the crowd and the infrastructure, the authorities, the faculties, the curriculum, everything. Campus itself is pretty much smaller as compared to other NLUs because but the plus point here is that it is being situated in the middle of the city. So it really makes the accessibility for many things very easy for us as compared to many other cities. Maybe like NLU Bhopal also, NLU Orissa and NLU Aurangabad and many others. So and I feel that when you reach Patna and being in campus, like the CNLU campus, it is pretty good and it won't make you feel that you are standing in Patna or you're as if you're standing in Bihar and it is equally good as other NLUs.
So like you can book a cab, you can take up a bus or something. It's easy. It's not very difficult.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
very easy. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
railway station is situated in 3 kilometers from
Okay.
the campus, and the airport is situated around 5 kilometers. So it
Okay,
is pretty
fair
much
enough, fair enough.
accessible.
Okay, so now we have reached the college from airport to, or maybe from the station. Now the gates have opened. What's that first thing which you like take up the idea? जैसे मुझे NLIU भोपाल का पता है, वो उसकी बड़ी सी लाइब्रेरी दिखती है कांच वाली. So what do you see first, Vishal?
Okay, from station to campus is quite just 500 meters, and walk in, and I see, okay, the entry gate is quite smaller, so it just gives you a bad expectation. But you enter to the second gate. The roads are just so well made, and I had a very particular expectations from the college, right? That coming from Delhi and dreaming of Patna and Bihar is always like, okay, there'll be like, bad infrastructure, there'll be like a lot of dirtiness, and there'll be not well managed. But that was quite opposite. The roads of the campus were so clean. There was proper environmental taken care of. There were a lot of trees in the campus. The campus is very lush and green. And when I went inside the moot court hall for the registration, the whole classroom is like soundproofing, mics are hanging, smart classes. And I was like, okay, I did not expect this at all. So for me, it was like quite opposite of what I expected. I think I had very less expectations from the college, but it proved to be very different. The campus is very now the campus is very tech smart and has also equipped more to the student friendly. Fazan sir has now gotten into more benches around the campus for students to sit in, better lightings, and it is like developing and growing better. Yes, the campus is smaller, so a bit cozier, but yeah, I think facility wise it is very good, and you totally do not expect that I'm in Patna.
Okay, so do you have an in-house hostel facilities? And if yes, is it separated like some wings or some maybe like some then a towers for females and for males? Is it something like that? Is it separated and how it happens? And you guys are in hostel or you guys are in PG?
So we both are hostelers, and for us, like for boys and the girls, we have separate halls as compared to other NLUs. I mean, I've heard that they provide same mess for them to eat in. But we don't
Okay.
have such system.
Okay.
And pretty much the hostel is good. I mean, I won't say that it's bad, but it is even improving now. Since the Professor Mustafa came, he is more into
Okay.
developing the whole infrastructure around the campus to make things
Right.
very much up to the standard, I would say.
So
So
how
the
many
hostels
towers
are
are over there? Like is it on first come first basis मिल जाएगा या फिर नहीं मिला तो you have PG facilities also?
no, sir. So they give preference to those students first who belong from other states or are
Okay.
not from Patna. First, though these people are given preference, and after that, if any hostels or rooms are left, then people who are from Patna itself are given priority.
ओके एंड कितने फ्लोर्स हैं आपके मतलब गर्ल्स हॉस्टल के कितने फ्लोर्स हैं एंड हाउ डज द रूम लुक लाइक क्योंकि कुछ कॉलेजेस में उन्होंने बताया था कि सर हम तो वहाँ गए एंड इट वाज कम्प्लीटली एम्प्टी कुछ ने बताया वी हैव बेडिंग हमें लाना पड़ा वी हैव प्रॉपर कबर्ड स्टडी टेबल सो हाउ डज दैट स्ट्रक्चर लुक लाइक गर्ल्स हॉस्टल का देन विल कम टू विशाल
Uh,
फॉर बॉयज हॉस्टल
We have three floors, excluding the ground floor, and
ओके
also pretty much everything was provided us. Only the mattress and the bedding was for us to be purchased and to be brought. But
ओके
apart from that, we had everything, and also the cupboards were well furnished. Like intervened authority. Okay, so this the cupboard is falling apart. There was nothing of such sort. The beds
ओके
were of ample amount of quality. So there was
ओके
nothing of that.
ओके फेयर इनफ ठीक है विशाल
Okay, so hostels, I think, are very like they are maintained good compared to other colleges, which I have heard feedbacks from. We go in, we have three systems of like three room types. One is a single accommodation, which usually starts for third years. Then there is double accommodation, which is the most common one. Everyone like two people in one room. And there's also few rooms which are for triple accommodation. So three people staying in one room, which are pretty huge rooms, by the way. And when you enter the room, you get one cottage or like a one bed. You have to bring your mattress by your own. Then you get a table, you get a chair, and you also get like a almirah where you can put your stuff in. One thing which I really like about hostels is everyone gets a balcony. Even though your balcony opens inside the hostel, you still get a
ओके
balcony. So that
राइट
that is there, which is very nice. Apart from that, I think the mess is also there's only single mess for boys and one only building for boys hostel and a single girls hostel building. So
ओके
that is there. Apart from that, hostel is well equipped. I'd say there's
Okay.
never
And
less
what about the
about
food
anything.
in the mess? Is it a mess or is it a food?
I think okay. So food is good actually. Like the thing is that apart from other messes, our mess committee is quite active. They keep on
Okay.
changing menus. They keep on asking for our feedbacks, what we can do better. And yes, recently we had our whole mess shift. Like the new mess people came in, right? A new
Okay.
consignment was signed in. So new mess people actually brought in a better dishes and better food. So it got interesting for first month. After that, every mess food tastes the same. So you get like quite
Okay.
bored of it. So I think the taste
Okay.
part is not the problem. The routine part is the problem.
ओके फेयर इनफ ठीक है तो वो तो पार्ट एंड पार्सल एंड इसी को हॉस्टल लाइफ कहते हैं ठीक है सो आई थिंक फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट ईयर इटसेल्फ द स्टूडेंट गेट्स द हॉस्टल राइट and it's completely their choice to be in the hostel. It's not a compulsion, right? Correct me. Yeah, perfect. So imagine a situation that someone doesn't want to be in hostel. So do we have the vicinity mein PG facilities or something? You are aware of it?
Okay, so like the border of our college is NIFT, and NIFT does not have boys hostel. So a lot of people
Okay.
from NIFT live in PGs. So yes, PGs
Okay.
are there around. In CNLU, I think the hostels are well equipped to take in all the people within the 5 year
Okay.
course and LLM. So we
Perfect.
never
Perfect.
have a need to like take PGs, and people do not prefer PGs ever.
Perfect. And since you mentioned about committee, so let's directly jump onto this question only. So, first question to both of you: were you guys part of any committee? Because you are in second year right now. तो पहले साल में committee का access मिला. And if yes, कैसे मिला? मतलब is it a proper selection process which happens? क्योंकि हर college में different process है, ठीक है? And what all committees are there? So we'll start with Karnika because she got very excited. Yes, sir, I was part of one of the committee. So we'll start with her.
So we have a wide range of committees and research centers, which I think really provide us the very platform to discuss policy. So we have categorized the committees into groups. So the first one is more corporate aligned. So like one such is the Center for Advanced Research and Insolvency Laws, like that is CARSEL. Then CCADR for dispute resolution, and CLE, like which targets the convergence between the law and economics, and CILE, which is to be mentioned, that is the own incubation center for CNLU, which provides the students the opportunity
Right.
to present their startups, and which
Startups and right.
got
Yeah.
which got a 2 crore seed funding from the Bihar government also. So we
That's
have
great.
one committee of this sort. Second one is more socially inclined. So those includes IDIA Bihar chapter and Gender Resource Center, then Legal Aid Club, then Pro Bono Club, and
Okay.
then comes the more generalized committees such as book clubs, alumni committee, or the Paradox, the debating society of CNLU, and
So you were part of which
so being
committee?
in like the previous year, I was part of IDIA Bihar chapter. I was also part of book club, and so only handful of committees open up their induction process for the first years. So they
Okay.
more take the use of first years through volunteering process for any event. So the induction of the members happens after when we reach in second year.
So I personally applied to a lot of committees because I was like, "Ki, if I don't get an A committee, I'll have a B committee as an option." But I'm part of 6 committees now, which is
Great.
hectic because you have to manage everything. But I think we have a wide range of committees. Like if you want to do anything, there'll be a committee for it. Like apart from your academic interest to your social interest, like we have a social media committee, which is Somiko, which is quite fresh and yet very active. So every journaling stuff of the college, every photography stuff of the college is handled by them, and all the social media happenings on the internet, every PR is done by the Somiko social media committee. We also have ADC, which is Academic Debate Committee, which is I think the broadest, like the biggest committee of the campus because of its events which it hosts. Like we have a debate competition which happens every year. This year we had its 16th edition. So that is how long we have been having that. ADC is the most like old, like elderly established and a well-established committee. Then
Okay.
we come to like moot court committee, which is very active and very structuralized. I'd say like one of the most structuralized committee because not only it allots you moot, but it also provides you with mentorships. It also keeps on happening regular sessions as well. So I think moot court is one of the most structuralized committee when it comes to. Then there is ADR committee when you have to do like arbitration or like that stuff. So I think every
Right.
committee is there when you need anything. And Gender Resource Center is one of the new social committees which is coming in, right? So I
Okay.
think we have research. Now we have started to have more research oriented committees which are establishing better and like, booming more. Earlier we had more of these like events or specific or like, these broader social specific committees. So that is what is happening right now.
Okay, fair enough. So definitely every student from the first year itself gets a chance to be part of the committees. But these are limited, not all the committees, definitely, right?
Right. So in the first year, the options are only volunteering, right? So you
Okay.
can volunteer as a first year. In second year, interview happens and then you get inducted in. So
Okay.
that
So
is
like for an experience or of you'll definitely ask students to go for it. Now since you mentioned that sir, it becomes quite hectic to balance it up. That means थोड़ा सा curriculum जो रहता है क्लास स्ट्रक्चर्स क्लास टाइमिंग्स तो फर्स्ट ईयर के साथ हाउ यू बैलेंस्ड मतलब फर्स्ट ईयर में इफ यू आर वॉलंटियरिंग लेट्स से आई एम पार्ट ऑफ 3 कमिटीज ठीक है एंड आई एम ऑलरेडी इन द क्लास तो क्लासेस का टाइमिंग फर्स्ट ईयर में क्या रहता है आप लोग का या विशाल विल स्टार्ट विथ यू
right. So I think CNLU has the best class like timing system. I feel like very comfortable with it because it starts at 9 and ends at 1:30. There are only 4 classes, only 4 lectures, 1 hour each, and half an hour gap between them. After 1:30, you can do whatever you feel like, and that is where the committee work started. No committee intervenes or interrupts you when the lectures are going on because hey, attendance is important, right? And even though if, for example, if there's an event on the day of a lecture, like normal lectures are going on, then committees also provide you with attendances. So you have like in total 8 attendances for the whole semester, which you can claim for any sort of committee work or competition you went to. So I think that how like attendance is also managed, and also every work starts after 1:30. So your classes don't get any way loose like or like messed.
Okay, and for second year the timing changes. or no?
Not exactly like because see the people who are working in the community's fifth years also are attending the similar lectures, right? They also have to
Okay,
get the attendance. So all
right.
the work majorly starts after the 1:30 only. So we do not get
That,
classes.
but I believe that if anyone chooses to be part of CNLU Patna, you have a good chance to do some part-time post your lectures are done, right? So part-time related to your own field only, okay? No some another field or becoming a vlogger or something. Fair enough, take care. Okay, so now since we have discussed about the committees part and a good knowledge sharing has happened, so now let's talk about you mentioned about the also the class timings and everything have been told. तो कोई भी अगर student who be part of Patna and even I think the similar reason was also given by one of the student when we did law school insider for RML NLU Lucknow. तो वहाँ पे भी दे मेंशन क्योंकि इसीलिए आई थिंक वहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स जुडिशरी की तरफ थे एंड ऑल्सो थोड़ा वो वाला बेल्ट यूपीएससी जुडिशरी की तरफ ज्यादा इंक्लाइंड भी रहता है ठीक है सो दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द बेनिफिट इफ यू गेट इनटू दिस कॉलेज ठीक है सो सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट अभी तो थोड़ा एकेडमिक्स के बारे में बात होगी लेट्स टॉक अबाउट नॉन एकेडमिक थिंग पटना का कॉलेज है और हमारे दिल्ली से क्लोज ही है ना सो मे बी नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न साइड वाले एरिया में आता है ठीक है सो आई कंप्लीटली बिलीव कि स्पोर्ट्स का कल्चर थोड़ा बहुत तो होगा ठीक है जो मतलब दिल्ली से टच है तो वहां पे थोड़ा बहुत है सो अदर देन एकेडमिक्स व्हाट ऑल अदर कॉम्पिटिशन्स और लाइक इंटर बैच कॉम्पिटिशन और एनीथिंग इंटर हाउस इंटर कॉलेज व्हाट ऑल दोस कॉम्पिटिशन विच हैपेंस इन द कॉलेज और यू बिकम पार्ट ऑफ इट एंड were you a part of any of those competitions in the initial years?
So, various sports fests are conducted throughout the year. So, one particular is Urja, which is interbatch. So that is a little controversial. That is where things get sort of messy and gets sort of controversial. But apart from that, sports committee regularly conducts league cricket, basketball, and football. And so that is a major attraction for the all sports enthusiasts. We did had these three leagues last semester, and which also happens every semester. So these leagues happen every semester. The sports culture here is pretty good. I mean, I remember a senior of us who now is graduated told us that when they were in their first year, so they went to NLUO and they won many prizes also. So
Okay.
the sports fests are really good there. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Vishal was thinking about his own answer, so let's hear it from Vishal also.
Yes, as she mentioned about the Urza. Okay, Urza is a very competitive like field of competition where every batch is fighting against each other for first fifth year to first year. They are all like head to head against each other. So that gets very competitive in a in slightly toxic way. But yes, it is a
Right.
competition so everyone enjoys. It's a whole 2 week event where people are playing basketball, there's cricket. Every league happens within that between batches, and then you get out. Exactly like a movie Chichore, if you have seen, like that,
Okay.
similar,
That
like
is
that is
okay.
how competitive it gets. A lot of
Okay.
planning, plotting, politics happen. Apart from that, the sports committee is very active. We go like every semester we have leagues. So we this semester we had basketball league, we had kabaddi league, we also had football league. So and next semester we'll have then again we'll have cricket league, which is one of the biggest leagues in the campus.
Okay.
And every process is like auctions happen, so you're getting bought as a
Oh,
player, which is very fun to see, like auctions
right.
happening and then teams buying in players. They have limited tokens. It's all like a
And
good like.
everything happens through that sports committee only. They would have been the ones who have been organizing all those
Yeah,
stuff.
they are the central committee which approach different
Okay.
students that like, okay, you're gonna manage this event, and then those students form a team and manage the
Okay.
event. So that is what.
And what about the fest and all? What other some cultural event besides the sport?
Right. So we also have a cultural committee which on we celebrate like 15th August and 26th January. Apart from that, we also have Spikmake. So like outside people, artists come in and perform. We also
Nice.
have like different like open mics happening for us because people like there are a lot of dancers and singers in our college who are very enthusiastic about that. So we do not want them to like snatch a stage from them. So we also provide
Okay.
open mics which happen like regularly in our college. So
Okay.
that also happens a lot. So the culturally it's also very like rich and active.
Okay. Fair enough.
Adding to what Vishal said, we also have a cultural fest. Like that is a very really whole thing. That is Jivaswa. and we also have data nights every semester. So that is something which really gets us relieved of all the academic pressure that keep on building throughout the semester. And
Right.
our cultural committee also celebrates the religious events regularly.
Okay, fair, fair, great. मतलब it's a good. Also बिहार culturally भी बहुत strong एक state माना जाता है, तो उनका recently छठ पूजा was the one which I think happened. तो उधर पे तो पूरा state, पूरी cities ही वहाँ पे पूरा मतलब it's a national festival for them. Like in Maharashtra, Ganpati is the national festival which happens. ठीक है, तो that is what is happening. तो culturally बहुत ही एक vibe होती है. That is what I can see, right? Definitely. Okay, so as you mentioned that मतलब आप लोग का सेमेस्टर सिस्टम ही है कॉलेज का, बिकॉज वेरी मतलब आई थिंक ओनली एनएलएस इज हैविंग ट्राइमेस्टर सिस्टम, बाकी तो सबका सेमेस्टर सिस्टम ही है. तो व्हाट्स दैट सेम ब्रेक व्हिच यू गाइस गेट, इन व्हिच मंथ्स यू हैव इट?
We get 2 month break for each semester. So our semester ranges from January to maybe in the end of April. And then we get 2 months break, that is May and June, for our
Okay.
internship. And then again, our college starts from July, and that ends up to maybe October or something. Then we get again
Okay.
internship break for November and December.
ठीक है, fair enough. So now you have two months का break, and she mentioned about the internship also, and I'm 200% sure कि हमारा internship and placement committees are already there in the college. So for the first year students, like, do they get any exposure to internship, because it's like a very new thing for them? मतलब I believe कि 12th pass के बाद सीधा when they get into the college, they don't even know about कि मतलब students don't even know what the stipend means. ठीक है, तो सो व्हाट इज दैट फर्स्ट, मतलब फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट्स को इंटर्नशिप करते हैं, अगर यस कहाँ, और अगर नहीं करते तो करना चाहिए कहाँ? तो विशाल, वी कैन हियर इट फ्रॉम यू.
Right. I think nobody understands the importance of internship better than CNLU, because CNLU is the only college which provides 2 month internship
Yes,
break.
yes, right.
Nobody else does that, right? And that is very regular and rigid for everyone. In first year only, we are taught that yes, internships are very important, because CNLU has been very judge oriented specific, so like exam specific, but now it is turning into more corporate fields, right? So now people more want that corporate internships, like more corporate placements. So that is why for that you need to have internships, right? So that is being taught to us by our seniors as well from the very beginning, that you have to go ahead with good internships. You have to start. But in first year, it's quite easy. It's quite chill like that. You can do district court internships or NGO internships. We have been recommended to mostly do like court internships in our first year, because that gives you a very hands-on experience. Right. So a lot of people in their first year, what they do is they stay in their own regional states and they do district court or high courts in that area
Okay.
only. Some people also do like NGO foundations and NGO internships, like in PUCL, Jaipur or Delhi. So to get then extra like exposure, right? So
So
I think
if
in
I'm a
first year,
first year student, तो how will I go? अब कर्णिका का तो second generation lawyer है, तो she has connects, ठीक है, तो she will definitely would exploit that connections. But Vishal, I don't think that you are the first generations only. तो how Vishal has approached, like वही अपने contacts के through, या placement committee ने कुछ उसमें they've given you input about it?
right. So I am a first generation lawyer. Yes, for me, getting internships is like ask. Internship cell this year also provided a lot of internships for first year. Last year also they open up applications actually. Like they'll send up that this like this particular firm or this particular company has come in or NGO has come in. You can apply, and the people who get shortlisted gets that internship. So internship cell does help you like that. We also have an
Okay.
internship diary where we maintain everything what we did throughout that
Okay.
internship for first years to make it more regularized, and so that the internships also can have an idea of what people are doing in order to like
Right.
provide them better opportunity, like more personalized opportunities for the people who have done internship in particular area. As a first year for
Right.
me, approaching internships was like through personally, like starting for my senior connections only, like asking my
Okay.
seniors that where they have interned in their first year, can I get contacts? And it was all about like how I am personally researching, going on
Okay.
emails, LinkedIn's, and internship is
Okay.
always a struggle till second
Right.
year as well. Getting internship is always like you have to begin from 2-3 months before
I think that is the
emailing.
only thing which every student should be aware of, that right now I'm in college, but it is not a cakewalk. And I think in every college it happens. Even if someone says, ki, sir, I'm into national law, or I'm into IIM in management, or I'm into IIT in engineering, आप ही को कॉलेज लीड करना है. मतलब yes, college will provide you curriculum, they will give you support, but at the end of the day, you have to put up certain efforts, you have to approach people. So through this also, for the students who are already in first year right now or about to come in first year this year, it's a good thing which you should know, that thoda sa you have to get yourself in the attitude of learning, because जेन जी का लर्निंग एटीट्यूड होता है कि मैं ऑनलाइन चेक कर लूंगा, बट ऑनलाइन सब कुछ नहीं मिलता. यू नीड टू गेट जेल अप, सिंस विशाल क्लियरली 2-3 टाइम्स मेंशन एंड इवन करने का ऑल्सो कि सीनियर से हेल्प ले ली, सीनियर्स ने बता दिया. दैट मीन्स द गुड जेल अप कल्चर इज ऑल्सो देयर, विच इज इवन देयर इन अदर कॉलेजेस. बट यहाँ पे मैंने बार बार सुना, मुझे लगा यहाँ ज्यादा अच्छा कल्चर दिख रहा है, बिकॉज वो भैया दीदी यू ऑलवेज यूज टू हेल्प देम, है ना. इट्स वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट, आई थिंक, राइट?
Right, yeah, we call them sir, ma'am, and like
Sir,
those
ma'am, okay.
seniors help us a lot. I feel like because as a first time, you do not have any knowledge of the field of law, and LinkedIn pe you get ghosted 100 times. Then the
Right.
seniors only come in because they have had that walk already. So that
Yes,
connection
yes.
helps a lot. Yeah.
So that is how every student should start with. And but if you still struggle, you can drop into the comments here also. Vishal and Karnika will help you answer those queries if you come up with that. Okay. So we talked about internship and it's good. You should start from first year. And I also believe college में exposure के लिए गए तो why to waste it? मतलब don't sit wait for second year, third year कि अब करूँगा तब करूँगा. Don't do that. Just go for it. Maybe you'll, because you are at point zero, I believe you'll learn something, or you will again be at point zero. You'll not be at, मतलब मुझसे कुछ छूट गया ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला. ठीक है. Let's talk about the most important thing which every college flex about, बताता है कि हमारा placement इतना होता है, इतना average है. So were you guys any time got in touch with any students, any seniors or ma'am who are part of placement committees? Have you any time got about this thing ki this year that was the package which was fetched, irrespective what is there on the website? I don't want to know the exact amount, but at least a range, because I've always seen students always dream about to be into tier 1 colleges, and it is good, it's not bad. But there are tier 2, tier 3 colleges also which gives you a decent placement with a good exposure. So that is what I want to know from Karnika and Vishal. You either of them can add on the basis of experience and interaction you have with people who are part of the placement committee.
So, sir, being a tier 2 NLU, it really gets difficult to get the placement. And earlier, the companies did not came much, except for many other companies such as maybe ICICI Bank or some other banks, not particularly companies, but only banks or PSUs. And
Okay.
the major reason for fewer footfall was because the companies were not very sure, because the environment in here, the CNLU, prior to 2 or 3 years, was more centric towards becoming or pursuing civil services
Right.
or having become a judge. But now that Professor Mustafa has came, and also now the recent judgment, there is a visible shift between the traditional approach and now the modern approach. So from the last 2 years, even I have witnessed that many companies have come and have took interviews for our seniors. And just to mention few, they are like HSA, JSA, and Indus Law and Fox Mandel. And so
Okay.
I can visibly see an usher of new era for the development of corporate and
Okay.
CND.
Okay, so I think majorly students Delhi based out firms में तो opportunity मिलता ही होगा, because coming with that belt तो opportunity है. And also I think internship जिस city में करते हैं तो you definitely get that PPO वाला culture also, the way you approach a company, वहाँ पे काम कैसे करते हैं. ठीक है. विशाल, you have anything to add on to this?
Right. I think there are a lot of reasons to look into placement. The culture was very, as Karnika mentioned, it was judge specific or like civil service specific. So people did not give a lot of like tension about like getting a corporate placement. Now it is shifting. With I think the recent batches which are still in college and which has passed out were more inclined to getting that corporate and getting the name set in tier 1 firms as well, which has shown like we have been growing with more corporate placements, with more packages increasing. Like people have set foot in not only in JSA, CMS, Indus Law, but also like people are getting into Khaitan and Co. So like those big firms are also now started to like take us consider CNLU students all in, and that is actually very beneficial for us as a batch, because we'll have good number of seniors who are in those firms, and that is
Right.
how we also get those opportunities. So that has
Yes.
increased, and that is actually like very good and will grow in with the culture increase.
So the average placement, can I say it ranges between 8 to 12 lakh?
Right.
Probably
So
no, because there was a senior, even she's now also in the campus, and she got a placement of, I mean, more of such LPA. It is definitely more than FPL LPA.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, Vishal, you were saying something.
right, yeah. So like packages 8 to 12 is like an average, but people mostly in the recent years have sort of exceeded it. A lot of seniors have
Right.
gotten more than 15 to 20, and like the range is
Great,
also 20 to
great.
25. So that is actually growing. So
Right.
the ranges are
And
exceeding.
even to what you both have said, and coming to what I've even discussed while having the law school insider for RML Lucknow, उसमें it's always like कि 100% placement वाला data always थोड़ा सा change हो जाता है. Reason being, the students out of 100, for example, they sit 60 students ही placement में बैठते हैं, या 50 ही बैठ रहे हैं, या 40 remaining go for judiciary या civil service. तो उन 40 में से the placement number comes to 28, 30 और 35. तो स्टूडेंट फीस की इस पूरे बैच में इतना हुआ है. तो दैट्स नॉट द केस इवन इन पटना. बट द गुड पार्ट इज, सिंस यू गाइस आर सेइंग since past 2 years say the placement in the corporates have a different shift. So I believe students जो maybe 2025 26 में अगर जैसी कॉलेज में जाता है, तो 2031 में आपका प्लेसमेंट रहेगा, तब तक तो और बड़ा शिफ्ट हो चुका होगा. So that is a very good sign for the students to go for Patna college as well. That's really great. ठीक है. Last question to end this session, and I need no biasness. What is that X factor you consider कि Patna is the best college? ठीक है, NLU Patna is the best. Individual answer, no biasness. Okay, just what you have seen in the past 1 year. Yeah, anyone would can start. करने का.
Still, I feel the major reason I chose CNLU was because of Professor Mustafa. I am really impressed by his academic achievements, and so he was the main catalyst I looked for choosing first choosing a college. And after spending 1 year, I feel that the academic pressure is not that rigorous. It leaves a gap of time for me to explore my niche areas, to explore my interests, and to develop my future plans. So I feel that CNLU itself provides me that space around which I can grow myself.
Right, right. Fair enough. Okay, Vishal.
Right. So I think it is a very non-academic answer, but what really has CNLU is good relations amongst people and a great hospitality amongst outsiders as well.
Right.
I think like when you enter the college, the people are just very welcoming, and then you gel up a lot very good within the batches as well. Like in our first year, a lot of people got into other colleges like NLU Odisha and like RGNL, but they did not go there because they were so attached to the college, because the college slightly
Right.
grows on you, and then you just become attached to, because it is just very warm and welcoming like that. So for me,
Right.
I cannot imagine going to other colleges and like being the same way I have adapted to CNLU. So that is, I think, a very good factor of CNLU, that how welcoming it is, because when you are coming to a foreign land from outside and you're just trying to adjust, CNLU gives a lot of scope for you to adjust and settle in well.
Great, great. So a last message to all the students कि time देना पड़ता है. You have to give time, and things settle at its own pace, slowly, steadily. Because yes, it's a थोड़ा सा change हो जाता है city में, and also the city is not very fast, because depending upon you come from which city. If it's a tier 2 city वाला feeling रहता है. I have been to Patna, तो थोड़ा आराम आराम से ही है. But people have that thing, थोड़ा सा a सेंस ऑफ फेयर रहता है, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा पॉलिटिकली ड्रिवन सिटी रहता है. वहाँ पे एक वाइब रहता है, बट आई थिंक culturally it is very strong. People are there to help you up. But yes, you have to be bit smart to be in cities like Delhi, Patna, है ना. थोड़ा सा smartness रखना ही पड़ता है. ठीक है, you never know, you end up getting into what situation. ठीक है, that's really great guys. And मुझे भी बहुत सारे insight इस session के बाद पता चले, मतलब I was not knowing. तो that is what is the ultimate purpose of getting into the primary थिंक कि भाई जो ऑलरेडी किसी ब्लॉग या व्लॉग में ना हो, प्राइमरी डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट्स, दैट्स द एजेंडा. And if you like our guys these series, for the viewers and for the parents, don't forget to hit the like button. And last one thing to end the session, I would want you guys to send a message to all the CLAT 2026 aspirants. Probably in the next few days they're gonna appear for CLAT. Since you guys have been into that shoes, what is that one suggestion individually जो आप देना चाहोगे?
Please do not skip the math session. I know that it's a small portion, but that carries a lot of marks. Do not
Right.
skip that. Try to
Yes.
attempt at least one paragraph of maths. So
Right.
that I'll say that makes and breaks it.
ये मैं भी बोलता हूँ है ना, तो मतलब मी एंड विशाल आर ऑन द सेम पेज, ठीक है, ओके। यस कर्णिका।
And I would also like to mention that please pay note to what answers you are choosing in the logical reasoning area, because
Okay.
though you might feel while solving the question paper that okay, this is the perfect answer for my question,
Answer.
but really need to take a pause, look for your answer, take a time to assess whether that answer is really good for the question or not. And because
Okay.
logical reasoning and quantitative aptitude are the two major sections which are the tie-breaking parameters for CLAT aspirants.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Great, great. Yeah. Thank you so much, Vishal and Karnika, for being part of this session. And we hope that in the next coming years, they will going to be with us. And also for the multiple sessions, they're going to be there helping the students who are getting फंस रहे हैं कहीं पे कॉलेज में जाके, तो ड्रॉप इन टू योर कमेंट्स इन द कमेंट सेक्शन एंड दे विल बी देयर. अगर if they are not able to answer, I'll ask them and then put up the answer. So thank you so much everyone, thank you so much Vishal and Karnika for finding time. And okay, bye bye guys, thank you so much, take care. Siddhant sir and the others sign off. Thank you.